Hi guys, my name is Stephanie. I'm back with another video. Today we're going to be going over the different ways that you can fill a screw hole so that you can re-drill it or drill nearby without having any problems. I have 8 different options for you today. I'm sure you have a lot of these things in your home already, and I'm going to show you how to use some of those. So I'm drilling some test holes in this block of wood here. This is pine. It's similar to most of the wood that you're going to find in your house as far as trim work and carpentry. And in your home, you're going to find from time to time you get a loose screw. The screw hole just gets too big and it starts wobbling around. Sometimes you need to repair it and put it right back in the same place. Or sometimes you just need to move it a little bit over when you're doing something like installing a latch plate for a door. So let's go over some of the easy ways to fill screw holes. We're going to start with an oldie but a goodie, and that is using matchsticks to fill old screw holes. Start by removing the head of the matchstick, and then sometimes, depending on the size of the screw hole, you might need to whittle that matchstick down a little bit, or in the case of a bigger screw hole, you might need to use 2 matchsticks. I'll be using wood glue for all of these examples, but you don't always have to use wood glue. If you can get a nice tight fit in that old screw hole, glue isn't always necessary. Once I had that matchstick the right size, I just pressed it into the hole and then lightly tapped it with a hammer to try to get that matchstick all the way into the hole, and then I tapped that hammer to the side of the matchstick to break it off. And all I had to do then was let that glue dry, and I was ready to re-drill that hole. The next option for filling an old screw hole is to use toothpicks. So a lot of us have wooden toothpicks in our homes already. For this one, it's very similar to the matchsticks. It's just that they're smaller, so you might have to use 3 or 4, 5 different toothpicks at once to fill the screw hole. You want to make sure it's nice and densely filled so that you can re-drill the hole in the same place or next to it, and that screw isn't going to start to wobble. Now let's talk about 3 more options that you probably already have in your home. If you're a golfer, you know that a golf tee can be used to fill old screw holes. The second option is really thin or small diameter dowels that you can find at the hardware store. You just need to whittle that down to the right size for your screw hole. Or I'm just using a scrap piece of trim at this point in the video, and I'm whittling that down too. So just grab a little bit of the scrap wood that you have around your garage and carve it to the right size with a box knife. Option number 6 is using a 2-part epoxy like this Bondo all-purpose putty. You mix it up, it hardens as hard as wood within about 5 minutes. I like to use it for woodworking repairs. The problem I see with screw holes is sometimes those screw holes go pretty deep. It would be hard to get that Bondo all the way into the back of that screw hole, so you might still have problems with the screw shifting over time. Option number 7 is to use sawdust mixed with wood glue to fill the screw holes. So I worry about this for deep screw holes. Getting that sawdust and that wood glue mixture into the back of that screw hole is going to be an issue. And you have to wait for that mixture to completely dry and harden. So that can take 24 hours, especially in a deeper or bigger screw hole. So I like using real whole wood. Any of the options I showed you at the beginning, the first 5 options are probably better. But if you have sawdust and wood glue and nothing else, this is a good option. And the last option is a wood filler that will stay hard and won't crumble when you try to re-drill into it. I usually save wood fillers for when I'm just going to fill the screw hole and want to sand it and paint over it. I find that a lot of wood fillers do crumble when you try to drill into them. But if you have a favorite wood filler that you think can hold up to this, let me know in the comments. I want to hear which one is your favorite. Maybe some of the putties that are sort of a putty epoxy mix. Let me know in the comments. But that's it for the 8 ways to fill old screw holes so that you can re-drill in the same spot or right next to it without any issue. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. I do try to answer them when I get a chance. All right, good luck, guys.